All right, little girl. Ready for school?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You got your lunch? Oh, good. You got your lunch. You're not strong? Oh, is that lunch too heavy for you?
Yeah.
Okay. Daddy will hold it then. All right, everybody. We're back. It's, this morning I got some things I got to do outside, off of the land. But what I did is I brought the guys here. We're going to get them chipping up all the stuff that they cut down yesterday. We're still pretty wet here, but we're going to take advantage of the moisture as well. I got another guy putting in moringa seeds. We've got that whole bucket full of moringa seeds. We're going to plant out this entire place with moringa on top of everything that we're already planting. Now, as you see, we're still awfully wet here. It's just, the nature of the beast. We had some rain. But the rain is a good thing in many ways. What we've got is we planted a bunch of trees yesterday. Right here is a mahogany. And as you see, this is how we've started to plant all these trees out. Because of the clay, I really think we've been having a problem with these trees because there's so much clay. So I picked up a few bags of peat moss, and we're just filling every hole and mixing as much peat moss into these holes as we can to try and increase the amount of organic matter in the ground. We're not able to come in here and cover the whole place with 6 inches of peat moss and then bring a tiller in and till the entire place. That's just not an option. But what we can do is this, which is we dig a hole, we fill that hole with peat moss, and we mix it in with the clay as much as possible just to give us a good fertile spot. Now, because we have so much clay, we do run into a danger with doing this, and that is that we create like a pond effect. Because if you look right next to us, right here, we've got all this water. Because this is such heavy clay, whenever it rains, the water sits on the surface. Unfortunately, this is a risk we take. Not much I can do about it. The best way to deal with this is to get roots in the ground and have the roots break up the clay. But that takes time, and right now we don't have that time. So I'm hoping to get these trees in the ground. We should be past the worst of the rainy season, and it's going to start drying out soon. Now here's another tree that we have planted. Now this one they started the mulch on. This is a blue maho. This is a Jamaican national tree. This tree looks really good. Look, the reality is the most efficient way to break up clay is with roots. Root structures working their way into the clay is the most effective way to break that clay up. We don't have that luxury. We don't have the time for that. We have a lot of roots in this soil already from all these trees that we cut down. As these trees decompose, they're going to break up and help. But we're planting as much as we can, and the stuff we're planting is going to have an impact on how things grow. One of the big advantages we have is that I've got so much moringa. Those moringa seeds, when they start growing, they're going to work their way into the soil too. As soon as we're finished with all this, we're going to be able to plant out pigeon pea or gunga pea. And we'll fill this entire section with that as well. That's going to give us the added benefit of the leguminous crop in the ground, giving us nitrogen fixation, and the root structure that's going to help break up this clay and add organic matter to the ground. Now, if you look at this tree, I was about to pull this tree out because I thought for sure it was done. But I'm not sure how well this is going to show up on camera, but if you look right here, we have growth. And this means that the root system has taken hold and that this tree is starting to regrow. And I'm not going to pull this one out. I'm going to see if I can prune this thing into one straight stem again. Because it's so small, the damage to this is going to stay in the inner core, and it'll be practically unnoticeable. It'll be completely unnoticeable when this tree's 20, 30, 40 years old. Now, this morning I had a few things I had to do at the house. Nothing that was really interesting enough to talk about. I dropped the guys off. I went back to the house, got a lot of that stuff done. Now, it's time to pick up Pretty Girl from school. For right now, we're off to get Pretty Girl from school, and then we're going to get to it, get back to work on the land. Yesterday I talked about doing a Three Sisters thing.
Yeah.
We've got pumpkin seeds.
You don't like it.
Yeah, I know you don't. We've got corn, and we've got some beans.
No.
We're going to be doing gunga pea in the spring, but for now we're going to get these planted. Yes, Auntie likes it. You should too. Alright, I'm back here on the land. It's actually pretty late in the day. I had more to do than I thought today. So, we're going to take a look at how things are. Now, as you can hear, the chainsaw is running behind me, well, over here, and we're going to see how much they got done. This is what we've got right over here. These guys have been running the chipper, chipping up everything, and it looks like they're trying to burn some of this stuff. We got a couple stumps that they need to get rid of, but they're getting ready. They've been chipping this stuff too. Alright, we've got a stump there we're trying to get rid of, and we got a couple more trees in the ground. It's getting to be late. It's that time of day. Take a look. The sun is kind of hitting the tree line, so it's about that time. We're gonna show you a few of the trees we have going. A few more we have to get in. Here we've got an ebony tree that we planted, but unfortunately, as you can see, it's got a problem. Split right down the middle here, and I don't know, there's nothing we can do. This thing's toast. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to prune it, and I'm going to prune it right here and let this take over. Hopefully this will take over as the main leading stem, and we'll get this down to one stem again. Now this blue maho has got an interesting situation that we want to watch out for. Alright, if you look, all the trees, you don't want a branch that has an angle less than 45 degrees. If you look at this branch coming up here is almost, it's like 10 degrees from the main stem. That's going to be a problem. That's how you end up with a serious issue later on. So we're going to make sure we don't have a problem with that. We're going to stop this thing from growing and causing us a problem before it even has a chance. Here's another silky oak we got in the ground. This one was in one that we transplanted. We're actually out of the ones that have not been put into the planter bags. I'm trying to get a hold of some more of these, and I'm hoping we can get some teak pretty soon. We're kind of at that point where it's about time to get some teak. Here we are along the fence line, and this is where, as far as we've gotten to. But if you take a look right through there, we don't have much left to do. It's really finally getting close. Let's just give you an example of just how much has been done. We started way over where that water tank is. That's where the beehive is, and this whole area was complete forest at the time. The difference is astounding. If you've been following us for if you've been following us all summer, you know just how much has been done here. That's it. We just got a couple of the trees in. The guys who were working while I was busy during the day, there's only so much I can do here. I've got real issues because I cannot do this work. I just am physically incapable of doing it. I wish I could. I would much rather be the guy out here with the chainsaw and chipper and doing the work myself. I wish that's the way it was. I wish I could do that. But I'm physically incapable. reality is, with my physical condition, it's just not an option. So I have to leave it up to these